I wanna be the very best, or at the very least adequate. Oh, hi. Welcome back. I honestly have no idea what episode this is. I didn't look it up. I'm not good at my job. This isn't even my job. You aren't paying me, and that's okay.
Bitter much? Say bitter much? Much?
Hell of a way to start an episode. We are doing our grinding episode today. This may actually take multiple days for me to record, which, fun. But I also wanted to make sure that I grabbed all the TMs I was gonna need. I wrote them down, and I never reorganized things after that midway point, so all my stuff's everywhere. So I'm gonna need that, because that's surf. So we're gonna teach our Pokemon our moves here that we're gonna need for the end game. We need this. And I'm looking for 15 and 39 and 24. There's 24. And I need 15 and 39 still. I may not have them. I may not have gotten them in the overworld, and that's okay if I don't have them. I don't. So that's not a problem. I don't know where 39 is hiding, but that's not a problem either. We can make do. Yeah, so we're going to get our squad the moves that they're going to need for the Elite Four. I changed my key bindings. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Scarlet when I'm supposed to be working. Don't tell my boss. And it has really messed up my instincts for this controller. So that's okay. We'll work through it together. So we need to teach some people the amazing news of Surf. So first we want Beanbag to learn Surf so that way he has a non-normal type move. We can get rid of Amnesia. He forgot Amnesia. I'm sorry, that's funny. Come on, that's funny. And then Red October needs to know Surf. 1, because it's iconic for Lapras, and 2, because it's better than Hydro Pump. At me. Jalapeno is gonna learn this. So that way he has a non-fire type move that he can use. And we're gonna, you know what? We've had Growl for so long. Let's get rid of Growl. We don't use Growl anymore. Perfect. Okay, what else we got? Oh, right. Thunderbolt. Got from Lieutenant Surge himself. This has to go on Usain Jolt. Yeah. Keep Quick Attack. Keep Thunder Wave. Let's get rid of Agility. Terrific. Okay, so we're all armed up now. The first Pokemon I'm going to level is going to be the one that takes the longest. So we'll put the Red October up there. Let's move Beanbag into the second slot, because I'll just be switching from one to the other, doing that Peekaboo XP. Let's remove battle animation so I can save myself some significant time. And the grinding will start in the Victory Road. It's not the Victory Road. I keep calling it the Victory Road, like the Ohio State University, when we all know it's just Victory Road and Ohio State University. Ohio's not even a real place. I don't know why I feel I need to qualify that. It's just a collective nightmare we all share. Not dissimilar to Florida. But I'll be grinding in Victory Road first because it's a great place with the highest level monsters aside from Cerulean Cave. So this is where I'll be doing a lot of the work, unless if it starts to prove to be too perilous. So if the fear of self-destructs and explosions gets to be too much, then I may move over to the Pokemon Mansion on Cinnabar Island instead. If it's all Zubats, then I'll stay here. But yeah, we are going to start our grind. We have some user-submitted questions that we will be answering, so I will let editing CocoPapa take it away. I will interrupt only when we have updates on how well the grind is going. Here we go. All right, so we have 2 questions for today's grinding episode, and both come from good old TSG. The first is, which Pokemon could you take in a fist fight if there were no moves or abilities allowed? Obviously, some like Machamp would kill you in one punch. That's presumptuous of you. I'm pretty sure that I could take a Machamp. Don't at me. And you wouldn't dare hit an Eevee. You have no idea what depravity I get up to. But some of them would probably be close. I'd like to hear about matchups with Drowsy, Lickitung, Poliwhirl, Jigglypuff, and of course, Mr. Mime. Right on, man. I think that's a good question. I know myself well enough to know that I can't win a lot of fist fights. It's not my style. But if I'm going to tackle this problem appropriately, it's going to be with data. So I made this workbook. Look at this graph. I've got 151 Pokemon from Gen 1 listed, their names, their types, and a determination about whether I could beat them, couldn't beat them, or couldn't even hit them. The breakdown appears like this. I can beat 49 of them, I'm pretty sure. I couldn't beat 42 of them, and I can't even touch 60 of them. So if you were to combine the 60 and the 42, yeah, 2/3 of the Pokemon in the first game I could not possibly beat in a fist fight, even if they weren't using their abilities. But the fact that, if we take away their magical powers aside, I could punch out like a third, I don't know, I feel that's pretty good. But that isn't enough for me. I want to get into more of the data, so we can drill down into these extra tabs I've created. Let's look at the Pokemon that I can beat. I further differentiated the reasons why I could beat certain Pokemon. So maybe they are squishy, right? Maybe they're like Caterpie and I'll punch them and they'll explode because they're just made of like sentient jelly, right? Maybe they're brittle. Maybe they have tiny little hollow bones and, a solid kick and they shatter, right? Maybe they am baby. Maybe they're just too small and helpless and I can go medieval on them and they won't be able to fight back. Or maybe they're a worthy adversary. We'll get to that one in a second. All of the Pokemon listed by TSG about what he wanted to hear about specifically actually appear on this list. I can beat all of them in a fight, and I'll tell you why. Jigglypuff's a little baby. I could definitely punch out a Jigglypuff. Like what? It's like a sentient thing of cotton candy. I can take out a cotton candy stand, let alone the cotton candy itself. Poliwhirl is literally squishy. Think about like a Poliwag, like a tadpole that's starting to grow legs. I don't care if you add a couple pounds of body mass to that. I could punch that thing out. It'd be squishy, it'd be slimy, but I could beat it up. And if it's not allowed to use its powers, yeah, I could take it. Drowsy is also squishy. He's threatening because he has psychic potential, but if he's not allowed to use his psychic abilities, he's just a taper. And he's sleepy. I could punch out a sleepy taper. I'm confident in my ability to do that. Also, he has no reach. Look at those stubby little arms. I just got to keep a good distance from him. His speed is crap. I could juke him. I could handle that. Lickitung, also squishy. You'd have to avoid his tongue, obviously. But again, tiny arms, tiny legs. If I strafe, if I flank him, if I just punch him in the side of the head, I could drop a Lickitung so long as he can't use his abilities. And Mr. Mime has little bird bones. Like those little stumps. Those friggin' spaghetti noodles. This guy can't fight. Do I want to punch a clown? Well, yes. It will give me nightmares afterwards. But if this guy's not allowed to put up invisible walls or use any psychic abilities, I could punch out this 3-foot clown. I am confident in my abilities of being able to bring this guy down. But who's the worthy adversary? That's Ditto, baby. He's going to turn into me. I'm going to have to fist fight myself, and I will win because it is my life's mission to be stronger than I was yesterday. I'm pretty sure that's a Britney Spears song. Moving on. The Pokemon that I couldn't beat. There are 3 reasons why I couldn't beat them. They either have murderous implements attached to their bodies. Think like Scyther. 2 giant reaping blades on it. I can't beat that. Think Blastoise. Literal cannons embedded in its body. I can't beat that. They're too strong. Here we would have Machamp or Machoke. I lied, I can't actually beat them in a fight. They are about my size, but they just overpower me. Even without their special moves, like their Pokedex entries talk about their abilities in terms of just their raw strength. I don't stand a chance. They're going to knock me out. And then there are some Pokemon that are just too big to fight. So even though Snorlax would also be too strong to fight, he's just too big. He's all blubber, right? I could punch that all day like a heavy bag and he wouldn't even wake up. He'd just stay napping while I'm punching his belly like I'm that bully in that SpongeBob episode. And I make no progress, right? So I lose to the big guys as well. That's how the breakdown happened with the ones that I can't beat. As far as the ones that I can't hit, there's lots of reasons, right? So maybe the Pokemon is too cute. Think Oddish. Oddish is too cute to punch. I couldn't bring myself to do it. Some Pokemon I can't land a hit on because they dodge everything that I do. Think Ghastly. Like how do you punch gas? How does that work? It just goes right through it. Some Pokemon are too gross to hit. So I have an example right here. Oh yeah, Ekans. Man, I don't fuck with snakes. You ever see snakes move? They don't have arms or legs. They just slither and they move their whole body. I'm not punching a snake. Don't make me do it. Some Pokemon are too tough to punch. So these are ones that I would hurt myself if I punch them because they're just too rugged. For these, think Onix, think Geodude, think any Pokemon that are later steel types. I can't win a fight against something that if I punch it, I hurt myself, right? Some Pokemon are hazards to punch, so think your Nidoran line. They're covered in spikes. If I punch them, I'm going to end up injuring myself. Also, most of the poison types fall into this, so I can't punch a Grimer or a Muck or I'm going to get cancer. And of course, I can't punch Jinx because that would be a hate crime. Okay, hey, I feel like we got off to the wrong foot in the beginning. I'm really not that mad, I promise. I'm just, I know I'm in for a lot of grinding, and I am a little tired. So I started a stopwatch to see how long I'd be at this. I'm currently at 4 hours and 5 minutes. Want to see how much progress I've made? Red October's up to 49 now. He was the bulk of that time spent. A couple of other pokes have gained a couple levels, but most of it I just want to get Red October at least met up with the rest of the squad, so that way he can stand on his own and grind out his last couple levels himself without having to be switched out and get that peekaboo experience. I need everyone to be at 55 or 58 is what I'm thinking, so we still got more to go. And I've had a change of heart. Not about the rare candy trick. I'm still dead set against using the rare candy trick. I want the win, and I want it authentically. I'm hearing the counter argument. I'm hearing that, you know, if I'm going to be leveling up anyways, and I'm sure these Pokemon probably have full EVs by this point, like, there is fundamentally no difference between using the rare candy to get them up to level and just grinding them up to level. The only thing that matters is I'm wasting hours of my finite existence doing it the inefficient way. Practically speaking, there is no difference. But I counter that with this. The whole point of the Nuzlocke is that it's artificially difficult. The whole point of the Nuzlocke is that I'm doing things that I don't have to do in order to make the game more challenging. Why would I stop doing that? Why would I take the easy way out now? So we're not going to do that. I'm 4 hours in. I don't have anyone up to level yet. It'll be at least another 4 hours before I'm done. This recording is going to go across multiple days. But I want to stick in, and I want to beat the Nuzlocke on my terms. And that includes doing the actual grinds. I had a bit of an epiphany I had talked about it earlier, and then I took a slight break just to look some stuff up. Oops, that's not what I want to do. I gotta go up here. The problem with grinding in Victory Road, aside from everything that can explode on you, is that about 50% of your spawns that you're going to run into are in their 20s. You'll run into Machops and Zubats half the time, and they'll get you like no experience. And then you do get into bigger and more powerful mons as well, but when they're only spawning half the time, how much experience are you really getting there? Because those 20s really eat into your experience. You're only getting like 100 or 200 per feint, while hoping that these level 40 mons will spawn. I can't remember, is it the left or the right? I think it's the left. Now here in the Pokemon Mansion, everything is consistently level 30, and then occasionally you'll get some level 40s on the lowest floor. So it makes more sense actually to grind out here instead. So that's what I'm doing. I've come to the bottom level of the Pokemon Mansion, or I'm getting there eventually, and already the experience gains are better. Moreover, I was running into a problem where some of my Pokemon just couldn't really land a hit. So if I've got Jolteon, right, if I've got Usain Jolt, and I'm trying to get him into the grind at Victory Road, and he's running into Onix and Geodude and Graveler, his electric attacks can't do anything. And what, is he going to quick attack down a Graveler? No. So I have to keep swapping him out. But here at least, nothing is resistant to all of my Pokemon. Any one of my Pokemon can fight for himself, which means I have a maximum amount of power points I can blow through before having to dip out and heal up. So this is the better grinding spot, I think. The experience is going to be far more consistent. So here's where we are now, and here's where we shall remain until we get all of our Pokemon to between 55 and 58. I'd like to aim for 58, but I gotta tell you, after 4 hours, I'm already flagging. So we will see. But yeah, back to editing CocoPapa and the fun he's having. I'm gonna keep toiling away here. And now for our second question from good old TSG. Question for the grind episode. What has been your favorite aspect about the Nuzlocke? Did anything happen during the playthrough that was unexpected? I want to talk about the good and the bad. So we'll talk about the bad stuff now, and then because I'm a sucker for a happy ending, we'll talk about the good stuff after we cut back to the grinding footage for a minute. So, bad stuff that was unexpected and let's say least favorite aspects of the Nuzlocke. I always knew I was going to lose Pokemon because it's a Nuzlocke, so that wasn't unexpected, but it was definitely heartbreaking to lose our Diglett. That one hurt. Holy moly, I had anticipations about using him, feeding him X accuracies and just having him fisher things into oblivion. With his high speed and high attack, he would have been a great physical sweeper. He could have been a good answer against poison types, because Levitate doesn't exist, so he would have eaten Koga alive. Like, there was a lot I had plans for Holy Moly, and also he was just super cute. Losing him sucked out loud. Losing Bruce Wayne was an acceptable loss to Misty. It is what it is. And I lost a third Pokemon, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head right now. Anyways, rest in peace, sweet angel. Yeah, those losses, even though they weren't unexpected, I knew I would lose Pokemon. They hurt a lot more than I thought that they would, because it's not just, I have an emotional attachment, I had plans. You really feel the walls starting to close in around you because you have a limited number of Pokemon you're going to be able to catch. So losing even one just really hamstrings your chances at winning the whole thing. It shoots such a hole in your final strategies. It removes so much flexibility that like the attrition is real. Even losing one team member is catastrophic, or could be. So, I mean, I played by fairly lenient rules. And yeah, it was unexpected how much that hurt. That was my least favorite aspect. Losing Pokemon definitely sucked. And if I also had to say a least favorite aspect, I love recording these episodes. I love coming up with jokes for them, but the editing has been nightmarish. I've simplified my process. I've streamlined it. I've gotten exceedingly good at getting episodes out. But for 20-25 minutes of actual footage, it can take me somewhere like 10 to 12 hours to actually get the episode out with all the little post-production stuff that I do. And that's just, it's been a lot. Every week to put in that amount of time, it has really shot a hole in my social calendar. So as fun as this has been, as happy as I am to almost have a finished product, and as great as it has been to get better at this and enjoy it with my community every step of the way, man, I'm looking forward to having free time again. I cannot even tell you. So I would say those are my least favorite aspects, and the negative, unexpected things I went through. All right. I am at about hour 11 of the grind. It's muscle at this point. It's just pure reflex and muscle. There's no thoughts, head empty, voice really scratchy. I'll show you the mons in a second here. We're halfway through all the mons. We're probably only another hour or so out. So Usain Jolt, Jalapeno, and Red October are all up to level, which is good. Randy, Falcor, and Beanbag each need 4 more levels before the grind is over. Pokemon Mansion has been a godsend. Grateful for the Pokemon Mansion here. The consistency with the experience is really good. I was right. The Pokemon, oh Jesus Christ, I'm so tired. The Elite Victory Road, that's the one. Victory Road technically can offer more experience if RNG is good, but every time I saw a Zubat that was only giving me 150 XP a kill, like it was just tanking my average. Here at least I'm averaging at least 500 experience a kill, and that goes up the better rolls that I get in terms of finding Weezings and Mucks. So this was definitely the move, and I'm grateful I made it, and I'm grateful I saved myself some time. Sheer cussedness and determination again has stopped me from using the rare candy cheat, even though like I'm on Cinnabar Island, it would be real easy, but I'm not doing it. I'm in it to win it, and I've already gone this far. Like I said, 11 hours. I've rewatched all of the Hunger Games movies, and now I'm restarting on the Dark Knight trilogy. So, that said, I am probably gonna have to finish this up tomorrow. Like this isn't sustainable, my friends. So probably gonna stop here. Be a multi-day recording session, which I figured was gonna happen, but woof. Anyway, editing CocoPapa, who is having way more fun than me. You take it away. Now the second part of the question I wanted to answer was what were my favorite aspects of the Nuzlocke and what were some good unexpected things that happened. Number one with a bullet in terms of good unexpected things, I never thought we would catch Abra. Like, I wanted to try, but the odds were so stacked against us. Abra only spawn in like 2 areas. I would only get one shot at even encountering one. The encounter rate was low. Even if I encountered it, I didn't have moves that could hold it still, so I had to catch it. And if you look at the math on the screen in terms of catching it at full health at its level, and then the odds of even finding it in the first place, like, odds were not in our favor of getting Randy on the team. That's why I flipped the fuck out when we got him. Randy has been a dynamo. Like, I hold him back more than I need to because I'm afraid of losing him. But the fact that he can psychic away most of my problems has been a godsend. Being able to lean on him has made it a lot easier. If I didn't have him, I would have built up Freud, our drowsy, and I would have gotten him into a hypno. But no, man, Randy, he really did simplify the entire experience, and I had no confidence whatsoever that we would catch him. So that was the most happy, unexpected thing that happened. But my favorite aspect of the Nuzlocke, it's this thing that I'm trying to create with you right now. It's this feeling that I am playing and I'm the one making the decisions and I'm the one, making the content. But I always wanted my audience to feel like you're sitting here with me, that we're playing together, that we're on the couch and I'm somehow casting this to the TV and we're just fucking around and having a good time. It's that feeling of inviting you into this experience with me, to be part of the jokes, to have this be casual. I am not the very best. I just want to be at the very least adequate, right? I hope you're not watching this for the big 900 IQ strategies I play, because I don't do those. And Gen 1 isn't the place for them anyways. I wanted to differentiate myself from other Nuzlockers who are way better than me by just having some fun. And that has been my favorite aspect of the Nuzlocke, is that I have had fun. I've been getting good feedback from y'all that you've been enjoying what I've been doing. So thank you for that. And I do hope that you felt like we were on this journey together. I don't know if we evolved, but hopefully, we all leveled up in friendship. Okay. So, I rested. I feel less like a walking corpse now. I put in another 2.5 hours, and y'all, we're there. We made it. Total count, 13.5 hours of grinding. Could have taken me 20 minutes if I used the rare candy trick, if that, but you know what? I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad we did it this way. I forgot there is one more TM I have to use. I may be doing it off screen because I don't know how long this episode is going to go. But Lapras does not learn Rest natively, and that is a move that I want Lapras to know. So I will be using the TM that I have for Rest, and I'll be replacing Water Gun with Rest. So that'll be its final move set. Beanbag. Oops. I want to surf Beanbag. Let me do it. Beanbag is all set with his moves. That Hyper Beam, it's really nasty with his same type attack bonus and 150 attack. Falcor is a little demon. Look at that attack power. He's also all set. Surf and Hyper Beam are his main moves. Randy, 198 special. Easily the strongest attacking power in my arsenal. Psybeam and Psychic. Jalapeno. Kind of an all-rounder. Doesn't really have any one stat he's good at, so that's a little disappointing, but we finally have Flamethrower. We've wanted it for a while. And Earthquake gives him some rounding out potential in case he goes up against something that he can use Earthquake on. And last but not least, Usain Jolt, who is now the Lightning. That speed, though. Holy cow. He might be able to outspeed Pidgeot when we get to the champion. And Thunderbolt. Just, it's so good. And that's the team. We're all up to 58. I was careful to not out-level the Elite Four. Probably the last healing meme we're going to get. Yeah, I wanted to be careful not to outlevel the Elite Four, because even though I could have ground for another, 10 hours, got them all up to 65, and then just like completely skunked the Elite Four, just like not even put up a challenge, I didn't want to do that. There's no fun if there's no risk of potential loss here, right? And at the end of the day, it's only a game.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
So we are going to try it with our current team. And if we get through, we get through. If I wipe, I wipe. I have enough Pokemon in my PC here to take a second shot. We'll take a look at those real quick. So we just gotta hope that this team makes it through on the first attempt, so that way we don't have to bother with all of that. I'm still a little too tired to be fully nervous, but this is it. We're gonna do it. And with that, I am going to cut here. Our last episode is going to be a couple weeks away. I have, as I said, plans to do something a little special with the episode, which is going to require a little bit more editing. I may record it much sooner than that, just so that I can better plan with the footage. But yeah, I will put in a channel announcement to let y'all know when the new episode's going to drop. I might live premiere it just so that I can be present. So if y'all want to catch it live Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern when I normally drop it, we could have a chat in the audience if you'd like to. I think that could be kind of fun. If I end up doing that, I'll be sure to announce that as well. Anyway, I hope you leveled up. I know I've been grinding a long time to get here. I look forward to evolving with you in the future. And I'll smell you later.